Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie, and I'm just being me in a world that isn't. Today, I'm talking about the 2026 Never Summer Llama, a really fun asymmetrical twin with their recurve camber. This is really fun to ride on the mountain. It has excellent grip, really easy pop, and overall, it's just a fun mountain freestyle to park ride that a lot of people can appreciate. And I rode this primarily with my Nitro Team TLS boots and my Union Force bindings. I got this in a wide variety of conditions. Never Summer just let me keep this for the season, so I took it out here and there throughout the season to test it and compare it against other asymmetrical boards like the Yes Greats, the Ride Twin Pig, the LibTech Legitimizer, and many other twins out there, so I got a good perspective of how this rides. And almost every time I took it out, this was one of the ones that shined over the rest. And by the way, this is an honest, objective review for you, the consumer, with zero brand oversight from Never Summer. They have no say in what I say. And I can do this thanks to reader support and support from our sponsor, Flower Board Shop, a family-run business with a large online presence, great customer service, fast shipping, and good prices. So if you want to support an amazing shop that's been selling to snowboarders longer than most resorts have been allowing snowboarders, click through our links to Flower Board Shop and buy something. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now, when it comes to sizing, this 56 was perfect for me, especially for a mountain freestyle ride. Now, if I was going to ride park primarily, I would go with the 153. Now, when it comes to shape, this is a true twin everywhere except for the side cut. Because this is an asymmetrical twin, the toe side is longer and shallower, the heel side is shorter and deeper. The reason for that is they want you to set up in a perfect duck stance. That's what makes asymmetrical twins shine. You need to be centered and you need to be perfectly duck. And that's how you leave it, and you never really change it. So when it comes to the Llama's camber profile, this camber that goes well past the inserts and then transitions into early rise has two passive bends right here. So it feels like more camber than you have, but then you still have that forgiving, catch-free, easy ride because of the rocker in the nose and tail. It's very consistent and predictable in all conditions. The feel underfoot never changes like it does with Fusion Triple Camber or their rocker and camber profiles. Those can change according to the conditions. They can feel less stable, more hooky or catchy or auto spinny. A rider of any ability level can get on this board and have a great time. It's not going to be boring for experts, and it's not going to be too challenging for beginner intermediates who are interested in park to mountain freestyle rides. Now, when it comes to edge hold, there are two things that come into play to make this an incredible gripper. First, they have a very mellow multi-radius side cut that creates very subtle disruptions throughout. That makes this a very good gripper. But then you factor in this recurve triple camber with these passive bends here. And when you weight this down, not only do you have contact where the camber ends, but two additional stronger contact points where the passive bends start to touch the snow, and it creates incredible grip without that feeling that some aggressive disruptions in the side cut can have where they grab a little too much in softer snow. I never felt this grab in softer snow, but in harder snow, it gripped like a champ, even comparing it against some more aggressive magna traction. For example, one day I was on the T-Rice Pro Camber Twin and the LibTech Legitimizer that both have that magna traction disruption in the side cut, and this gripped better than the Legitimizer and was about the same or maybe slightly better than the Travis Rice Pro model. So that was quite surprising.
Let's talk Llama Flex here. It is a nice medium flexing board with a lot of good pop. It's really easy to access this pop. Then you get down into the nose and tail area. This is the tail, but it's an asymmetrical twin, so the flex is the same.
And even though it's not that soft there,
In between the feet is matching that tip and tail. So it's pretty easy to get this to flex.
And when it comes to buttering, this is so easy because you have that extra leverage here where the rocker starts, and then you already have a softer flex in the nose and tail. So you can just lean back into a butter, and then this nose area just locks in and holds you, and it butters really well. It's very easy to access this pop, and I just love the way Recurve loads up with all these passive bends here and pops. You get more pop for the size of camber that you have. And for me, it tracked super well into small side hits that I found on the mountain, popped off them really well, and landed really well. And this is a great board for people who are landing switch and riding switch a lot. And asymmetrical twins, for me, just make my switch riding a little better because they're just turning more symmetrically, and it just gives me that extra little advantage to make me a better switch rider, because I'm not a super strong switch rider, but I love riding switch, and boards like these do such an amazing job to help you ride switch more and better. This is a great board too for hitting the park. You could ride pipe all day with this because of that grip. You could hit kickers of almost any size. There are better boards for hitting bigger kickers, like the Proto T3, new for 2026 with the same camber profile, or even the Proto Ultra. If you want to go big in the kicker park, that's better, but this is great for tiny, like I hit on the mountain, to medium large. If you want to, you can do it with this, and you can even jib with this if you want to. But then it detracts from pipe, so you have to choose if you want this great edge hold or if you want to detune the edges and go jib. This will lock into a jib pretty well, and I don't think these passive bends will make it weird on a jib. But it might not be perfect like some other boards with a more continuous camber profile between the feet. And what I found is this board handles uneven snow very well for its flex and its shape. Hard uneven snow, this has enough chatter absorption to make it a lot better than you would think, along with a good grip. So really fun there. Then soft uneven snow, this can buck and bounce around a little bit because it's a softer board, but it's still better than most boards with this flex. So overall, very good as an all-day ride. Now when it comes to turning, I just love this turn initiation. It feels so symmetrical and medium fast to edge for my size 9 boots, and I could get anywhere I wanted when I wanted. And then when you commit this edge to an actual turn on groomers and really try to lean into it, this has very good spring out of the turn. And again, that comes from this camber profile with these passive bends here. They make the camber bigger than it actually is in terms of spring without being more catchy, and that's a wonderful thing. So I found for a softer park to mountain freestyle oriented board, this was just a joy to turn. It's not this board that you can really push super hard carves. It's going to give on you. But for slow to medium speed carves and just playing around the mountain, you want to carve, butter, try to switch carve, butter, hit a little air, then make a nice carving turn. This is going to do a great job. And I found that, yeah, it felt a little more on the turny side, but it's not too turny. And you can make medium radius turns really well. And while it's not made for those fast, longer, drawn out turns or just a straight line, this side cut won't fight you on it. So while the dampness might not be there, it can work for a straight line into a kicker. It's not great for long, sustained straight lines on the mountain. And when it comes to base glide, this is good. It's got a circular cutout where the Never Summer logos are. I'm not sure if that's how it'll be in production, but the rest of this is just a clear base with graphics underneath. And if this is die cut, this is how die cut should be. I can't even feel anything, and I only feel a little bit where they cut the circle. But overall, this is a great base for this kind of board. It retains wax pretty well. It can get a little dry and thirsty, but it takes several days to get there. So I think most people will be fine with that kind of base. And when it comes to powder, this has a decent amount of float for a twin because of this early rise, and a decent sized nose and tail. Not huge, not tiny either though. So they found a balance between having good swing weight and having a little bit of extra float. It has the kind of nose tail that floats well and also keeps its speed well and keeps you planing. So if you like to ride regular and switch and powder and you only have one board, it's pretty good for a park to mountain freestyle twin, but not amazing. There are definitely better boards out there for powder. So overall, I'm a huge fan of the Llama. I'd love to keep this and use this as my mellow day board. Even though I don't ride the park, I love going out and just trying to butter, trying to ride switch, launching off little side hits, having a mellow day, making fun turns, regular and switch. This is the kind of board I want to be on. And if you're more than me, which I hope you all are, and you ride a lot of park, this is going to be a great board for you. I love asymmetrical twins, and I love this camber profile. And I think a lot of you will as well. Never Summer's doing really special shit here with these two passive bends in their camber profile. It really makes for a special ride with a lot more pop than you would think for the amount of camber you have.